fuck is a Gridberd? Is this a Gridberd? Is that a Gridberd? Are any of these Gridberd? The game formerly known as Gee, I sure hope Markiplier plays this so I get some sweet bank, and currently known as Gridberd, is a 2015 first-person horror game from Berd. Okay, seriously, what is up with adding birds to the ends of words? What is the deal with birds? Why is bird the word? And almost immediately, I'd like to draw your attention to the impeccable quality of the game by demonstrating to you how pressing the jump button in the opening credits makes the camera jump. Right off the bat, that is something you and I have just shared together, okay?
This mansion was my grandfather's heritage. This house has a long history. It was my shelter, my refuge. It was everything to me.
So the first thing that might strike you is that the guy reading the lines isn't a native English speaker. Now, as immersion breaking as this is to a horror game in which the introductory monologue is supposed to set the theme for the rest of the experience, I never hold this against the dev. I appreciate that the voice actor knows English a lot better than I would know his language. I'm guessing Russian, unless it's Pig Latin, for instance. But still, I just love this line.
Meantime, I need to go to shape in my Joseph the Babe.
That, and he calls his axe Joseph the Babe, not Man Chopper or Meat Carver, Joseph the Babe. Oh yeah, that's scary. Naming your weapons a murder like that is totally scary. In fact, I killed a guy the other day with my favourite weapon, Dave the Stud. Oh, we're back in the game. I guess I better get up off this chair then. Oh, you almost had it. Come on, little guy, you can do it. So the game plays itself out like a horror movie of sorts. Trapped in this actually rather tastefully decorated but spooky mansion, we have to find a way out before the maniac killer and Joseph DeBay finds us. Glad to see our character isn't in any sort of fucking rush then, because we move at what could only generously be described as a snail's pace. I get it, we're being hunted down by a killer, but then there's sneaking, and then there's waiting for the fucking heat death of the universe. Pick up the pace, for Christ's sake! Now, unlike most of the other horror games I've played here on IndieBin, Gridberd was made in the CryEngine, so it has the distinction of being slightly better as much as it's nice to look at. And trust me, you'll get plenty of time to look at it while you're crawling through the fucking halls like a paraplegic through syrup. Spooky happenings go on as we make our way through the corridor. A door handle goes crazy, thunder booms off in the distance, and tarantulas crawl all over the walls. Because remember, spiders are scary. But this goes back to the argument I made in Worst Case Z. If I can rub my face on it without getting a spider fang lip piercing, then these serve no actual purpose. They're like a blood stain on the wall or a crudely drawn note about hacking someone apart and then going out to a McDonald's for a cheeky binge on the saver menu. It's spooky, sure, but it's not scary. Devoid of an actual credible threat, or at least keeping them far enough away that I can't grind against them, these spiders serve no purpose. Besides, it's not like anything scary is going to happen. Dave, you stabbed me! Dave! Deary me, how rude. Well, I'm sorry to have disturbed you, friend. I'll leave you to your menacing standing in the hallway. Let you have some alone time with Joseph there. Oh, fuck it, I ain't scared. This dude's gonna just obviously disappear as soon as I get near to him. Yep, I called it. See? Yeah, I called it. Oldest trick in the... Touché, Joseph. Touché. We soon learn from audio excerpts and letters scattered about the house that fucking Bane here is actually Carrie Johnson, some guy who went missing. We're not really told why the ghost of broken English is spooking us up and down this family mansion with an underground lab. Yeah. But in all of this oblique narrative, I think my favourite part is this.
Don't you understand? You cannot leave this place until you know everything that has happened. This castle will not you let out, and that means that I'll find you sooner or later. You can't run away from death.
I'll not leave until I learn something. I don't believe him, but it pays to be more careful. Maybe I can discover something really important.
He is bluffing, you fucking moron! Of course the place will let you out! That's not how fucking doors work! Places don't become inescapable just because you don't know the motives of the fucking owner! I can leave a mate's house even without knowing what favourite brand of shoes he fucking wears! Not only is Speedy Sam here slower than the erosion of fucking mountains, he's as dumb as a brick as well. Fuck hunting him down with an axe, Sam will probably just starve to death because he's uncertain if a door handle works without researching the rule of the guy who fucking owns it! Let's just get the rest of this over with, yeah?
So far they have found virtually no evidence. No one in the house heard any screams and the doors were locked from the inside. The only thing that can...
Here's a little behind the scenes for you. I've played through this game twice now, and once more after recording, and the game just crashes right here. Every time in the same exact spot, it just crashes. It's just a part of the game, I guess. Never happens after a reboot, mind you, it just has to crash at this exact point. It's a design feature, maybe. Yeah, see, it says right here on the Steam store page. This of course means we have to sit through the starting credits again, but soon it's back into the game. And to be honest, for a horror game, I'm having a very tough time being scared. What's going to happen next? There isn't going to be some sort of... Oh.
Well, you finally did it.
Oh fuck, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make fun of your axe. He's a very lovely axe. Please don't spook on me, Carrie. Please don't. Please don't. Please.
You can't escape this.
Are you kidding me? This is the speed he chases you? I thought Polio Joe here was a casual saunter through a meadow, but Carrie pursues you with all the vigour and determination that I have reaching for a salad. You just lead him in circles about the room, and when he's in this end section, you spam the switch on the wall here until he gets a migraine from all the switch spamming, flicking noises, and collapses on the floor. And that is the only poignant physical threat this game truly offers. What? Throughout the game, little notes tell the backstory of the place. How Carrie was an army vet and he lost friends in the war. How the Red Tree Foundation, which I think our character was a part of, wanted to take the Carrie family mansion and turn it into a hotel. And when Carrie refused to sell, they killed him. And right after you fight him, there's also a note telling us that Carrie adopted a son of a deceased colleague called Joseph. Oh! It was his kid! It was his adopted kid. It was the kid he adopted. Fucking move on. I am being overly critical of Gridberd, but I don't dislike the game for what it offers, just how it executes it. For instance, the CryEngine makes the game look gorgeous, if a little... Things start off genuinely creepy, and although the English's Manuel levels have broken, the voice acting is passable. The brevity of the game is masked poorly by the speed in which we're forced to traverse through it, pinky on the shift key out of a mixture of muscle memory and desperation. The small game world is nice, if a little simple. I mean, there's a few graphical bugs, for instance. This hallway has a solid wardrobe of what appears to be a shadow, but the outdoor area is pretty nice, you know. Scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Scraping hard. But we must be nearing the end, right? This has got to be the close of the game. I mean, it feels like the climax. We found out about Carrie and his adopted son. We found out about the Red Tree organisation turning the home into a hotel and the guests killing themselves because Carrie is still haunting the place. Think I've figured out enough of the backstory to warrant opening this fucking gate and simply walking out. I mean, come on, Sam, I know you have crippling arthritis in both your legs, but that's not a high fence to climb over. Just hop yourself on over the fence. And I don't see why we need to go back into the house at this point. We already got out. Why not just... What the fuck? Okay, the game certainly doesn't want me to go into that room, whatever's in there, but there's nowhere else to go. Seriously, I've been running around for about half an hour. Where the fuck do I go from here? Well, get this. This room at the end of the vent is where I was supposed to go. I just hesitated at the exit to the vent and it closed before I made it through. Which is insane! Why? Why close the fucking vent in the first place? And it closes so quickly too. Good thing there was an autosave outside. I rebooted the game and made my way back, but look how fucking fast the vent hatch closes. You actually just sort of glitch through it. And there's no reason for it to lock you in. There's no threat to trap you in with it. This is just the final part of the game. Madness. It all peters off from here. We're knocked out and threatened with death again, just like the start of the game, except, once more, Kerry doesn't bother to tie us up. Must be some sort of honour system he's implementing, an act of trust that will just sit there and wait for him to return to brutally murder us. And the game just ends here with a strange sequence. The old cliche of walking through a dark corridor with a light at the end while Kerry talks about redemption and forgiveness, like him killing an entire hotel of innocent guests and torturing random people who turn up at the abandoned hotel has got him all murdered out for one afterlife. He explains that forgiving Sam will bring him peace, and then... What the fuck was that supposed to mean? Oh, this game is so annoying. Look, Gridberd has been elevated by its choice of engine, but it's rough around the edges, it's confusing, and ultimately, it's not scary. I'd understand if this was a demo or a proof of concept, but for a full release? Perhaps I should follow in Kerry's example. I mean, the game was bad, but if I can forgive it for its boring gameplay and its thin plot, then I'll be redeeming myself somehow? Is that what the game was trying to teach me? Is that how this works? I mean, if I keep playing these games and attacking them, am I just doomed to repeat this cycle? I don't know. But more importantly, what the fuck is this ending? Hello fellow bin raiders, and thank you for watching this episode. I really do hope you liked it, and if you did, why not leave a like down below and tell me what you thought of it in the comments. Subscribe if you want to see more, and don't forget to follow me on social media. I've got a Facebook page and a Twitter where you can get all the updates on the newest content I create. If you follow them, that'd be pretty cool. As you can see, the channel is rebranded, and I'd like to give a special thanks to What Up Nico and Cynthia Customs, two very, very talented artists, so do go and check them out. But that's all for now, bin raiders. Keep bin raiding, and I'll see you next time.